Welcome to the Unicorn Circuit. We are back again for another week of Fanking news, story time, and a Volvo burnout.
What?
Yes.
No, an actual burnout that actually burns out?
That's right, Martin. Now, speaking of things that burn out, this week we've been getting a lot of messages on the Mighty Car Mods page. That's another show we make on the U-Balls. And Martin, people have found an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Which is good timing because Easter's coming.
And
over y'all.
An Easter egg is a thing that I think it was programmers started to do it way back in the day, where they'd insert a little thing into their programs. You clicked the right pixel or did the right thing, a little thing would come up.
You hit like left, right, down, up, down,
Yeah.
like I do again or whatever, and it would show a thing.
It was a way of programmers to sort of like go, hey, look, this is, we know, a bit of fun. Not just
They would
all
leave
serious.
their little Alfred cock on there. Yeah, he used to Alfred Hitchcock himself in the front of all of his movies.
There you go.
Alfred Hitchcock is in all of his own movies. He's like, I think on Psycho or East by East West or whatever, he's like getting on a bus. Anyway, big dude. People have found an Easter egg in Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. There's a Subaru that's not a Subaru, probably for legal reasons, and it's got a chop sticker on the back
It's
of
got
it.
the word chopped on it.
Right along the back.
That's pretty cool.
Which is awesome. So people are like running around the game then getting chopped by a Subaru.
Do you reckon because the programmer who did that, you're out there somewhere, do you watch Unicorn Circuit? If you watch Unicorn Circuit, let us know if you did it, and if you're not allowed to tell people that you did it, you can tell us, and we won't tell anyone. But I'd love to know who did it. Like some.
I would also love to know who
I
did it.
programmed that thing and I put chop because I got chopped on my car. Like I just think that'd be so cool. Because there might be a legacy driving, Subaru owning game programmer dude out there that has a chop sticker on his car and then put it in the game.
Possibly.
I'd do that.
I know our friend Iron Gav that works on lots of movies and things. In one of the Superman movies, he took a photo of me at the beach with no clothes on. And then he put it on a billboard in the movie. And so Superman literally flies past and I'm on the billboard, and it got through 3 rounds of approval until the movie's about to go out, and like the VFX manager is like, what's that? And he's like, that's my friend. He's like, can you please remove that? So like it makes people are hiding themselves in their movies. And there it is. Anyway, let's just kick right into the car news.
Ding, bolga, 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 ding, bolga, bolga, bolga. Is that what this one does?
Yes.
I always get them mixed up. My favourite one is the one that goes next to Fanking, which is even cool. Ding, 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 ding.
Thank you, Martin.
Actually, I think it's the opposite. It's ding, ding, but that's really hard to say.
Fast and Furious 8, The Fate of the Furious, Fast 8. It's coming out next month. Martin and I were over in the City of Angels in LA to have a little look through the cars of the film. That was a pretty amazing experience, wasn't it?
Awesome. So cool to see Dennis. He's the real deal.
Dennis McCarthy from Vehicle
cars.
Effects.
He
He's
knows
the
how to build
balls.
stuff. Any car question you throw at him, you can tell he's been doing it forever. And he understands the difference between sort of like, the movies and what's required by Hollywood and also what's required by an actual car to do a real skid, which can be a tricky thing to balance.
They are two very different things, as we're going to find out possibly this week.
What?
On a brand new episode on the main channel, that is Mighty Car Mods, the other show we make that I know some of you partake in occasionally. Yes, it's going to be interesting, Martin. What they do and what they need to do are two very separate things. No, they're not. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. What they need to do is very separate to actually making a car. People are talking about the Corvette because it's like had a door closed paint job and they're like, door closed, door closed. They're like, we don't need it to be red inside the door.
You don't see the inside. And isn't it also interesting that when we're talking about that BRZ or BRZ, if you're from America, and they're saying, we don't you turbo and you do a bigger skid. It's like, we don't need a turbo, it'll do a skid.
Yeah.
No worries, it'll do everything we need to do. It'll drift, like drift handbrake and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It just works.
They do exactly what they need to do to serve the scene because they're not there. And by the scene, I don't mean the car scene, that awesome thing, I mean the scene of the movie. But here's the funny thing, when that video came out, and we'll put a link up there so you can have a look, that is our kind of walkthrough of some of the feature cars of Fast and Furious 8. Top comment, that's Brum.
Brum.
Brum. I don't know what Brum or Brum is, but apparently it's some car, and it was there, and we walked right past it, and a lot of people were upset that we didn't recognise it.
Isn't it a cartoon or something though?
Well, it wasn't when we were there. It must have been a real car. Anyway, we didn't see it. But anyway, Brum is a car that was there.
It's only one letter away from Brew.
What?
Don't worry.
Okay. Anyway, so there it is. There will be another video out on the main channel this week of the car that we purchased. Here's a spoiler for you. We bought a car and took it to the workshop.
I thought you were going to say, here's a spoiler, we got a spoiler.
Oh, that would have been good, Martin.
Which would also, I've always wanted to say that. It'd be so accurate.
Martin, let's get into the actual news. I mean, that is news. Fast and Furious 8, it's out next month. It's going to be epic.
It's going to be massive.
It's going to be crazy. Martin, let's talk about your mate Elon Musk.
Yeah, cool. Is he doing something clever again? Is he making hyperloops or like batteries or cars or doing skids in Teslas or something?
All of the above. So there appears to be some kind of issue, and I don't understand the depth of it, but South Australia, which is the bit of Australia that's downstairs, where the big bite is...
not where the map of Tassie is, though.
No, not where the map of Tassie.
The map of Tassie is right near the big bite.
Yes, that's right.
Don't take a bite of the map of Tassie.
So,
the Great Australian Bite, it's not spelt B-I-T-E either. I digress. Am I digressing? Am I tangenting?
Yeah,
I'm going to shut up.
Talking a load of bullshit,
shut up.
I think. Anyway, they have some issues with powering their houses, big blackouts and things. I don't understand why. Obviously, there's some issue with infrastructural politics or money. I don't know why. Anyway, Elon Musk, who makes cars, PayPal, SpaceX, and now Tesla, has gone out and he's like publicly said on Twitter, I'll fix your power problems within 100 days or it's free. So he's talking about installing some massive battery array that is going to help their thing. And it's a pretty big deal. I suggest you get some more information about it than what I have, because that's all I have, but it's pretty epic.
Pretty crazy topic. The idea that also you can stick a solar panel on the roof of your house. A lot of sunshine in South Australia. It's a hot place. Their summers are brutal. Over 40 degrees regularly.
Yeah.
A lot of sunshine there, a lot of sunshine to capture. The idea is you put a solar panel, you put a battery, you store it, you use most of that, and you might have some power coming in from the grid. But instead of your aircon sucking power off the grid all day long, if you're getting 2 kilowatts of power on your roof and then you've got a 2 kilowatt aircon and there's some efficiencies and stuff, but realistically you could cool your house.
Should be zero.
You know, it's without having to draw all this power from a big power station, which is pretty cool. We're in the future.
We are. Not exactly car news, but somehow car related. But now let's stick it to you right where you need it. Let's talk about Hondas. Let's talk about the new Honda S2X sub NSX sports car S2000.
Did you say sub sports car?
Like sub-range.
What's that mean?
Well, there's like the NSX.
Is there
like
another one?
Crazy
What?
off its face.
What?
No, this is sub that. This is like an affordable NSX that's in the vein of the S2000. And it's called the ZSX.
Does it have VTEC?
No, it's like a topless sports car thing.
Ah,
that
like an
kind of looks
S2000.
like a hypercar, but it's cheaper and it's like an S2000.
That's cool. Is it cool? Is it turbo? Is it VTEC and turbo? If it's VTEC and turbo, I'm interested.
Speaking of VTEC and turbo, Martin, Civic Type R, it's back. The front of it looks like a WRX. The back of it looks like a robot hippopotamus has vomited all over it. Just vomited out Autobots. And there it is. So it's like, it's got a little bit of Toyota, a little bit of WRX, a little bit of hippopotamus swallowed a fridge. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Front of it looks great. And a little bit of like, the front actually looks like an Evo 10, like the bonnet scoop. Anyway, it's a turbo Civic.
That's cool.
And here's the best bit, it's front wheel drive.
Do you know what? This is news. Do you have anything else to say about the Civic? Because I've got some interesting stuff.
The new Civic, guaranteed you'll be 38% stiffer when you drive it.
Or the cut. Okay.
The chassis is 38% stiffer.
Here's some news.
Someone cares about that.
Here's some news. Turbo cars, if you haven't noticed, are back.
Yeah.
I'm going to call turbo
Volkswagen,
cars
man.
back.
They've been bringing them back with their Golfs.
They've been bringing them back with their Golfs,
Tiguans and their Golfs.
And cars are made and then engines are made and they go, oh, this engine will fit that. That's why Skodas have engines out of...
Or they say, this
Golfs
engine won't fit that, and then you get a B16 put in your Mini.
Yeah, see, that's the total opposite.
That's the stupid, isn't it?
But turbos are back. And, you know, there was a point in the 80s and 90s when everyone in Japan was going turbo crazy because they had all the budget to do it. And they're like, what can we do? Now it's a lot of it's pushed by emissions. But the only way to make your car make more power and still keep it within emissions easily is
to do a VTEC
turbocharging.
Honda swap.
Is to turbocharge.
Or that.
So, best example, so the Civic Turbo, the competitor at the moment that everyone's talking about is a Hyundai Elantra Turbo. I know, that's the competitor to the Civic Turbo. There's others, so the Triple S Nissan that came out a little while ago, Pulsar,
really tight
that's turbo, 1.6 litre direct injected for emissions. What else? We've got Ferrari 488, 4 litre V8 turbo. That's pretty cool. What else? Ford GT, turbo V6. Kia GT, 3.3 litre turbo. Alpha Guida. Guido. There's a Guido as well.
Is there?
There's a Guido and a Guila and a something else.
Okay.
That's got a 3 litre 6. Focus RS, obviously, mad car. Kia Stinger, rear-wheel drive, twin turbo, V6. Taking on Commodores, although Commodores are sort of gone a bit now, so the timing's odd. But
are they putting on turbos to make us think they're cool again?
I'm wondering the same thing. Because our generation that have all like grown up with idolising these turbo Supras and RX-7s and like, you know, even XR6 turbos have been around for long enough for people to go like, that's a cool thing.
We need to do one of them, by the way.
We need to do one of them. Are they trying to appeal to people who are like turbos are cool, or is it purely emissions, or is it both? Because back in the day, you would have a car and then you go, this is a turbo version. Remember they write turbo on everything?
Yeah.
You can go buy a kid's toy and it says like turbo.
But now it doesn't say turbo on anything. Like look across any, I mean, most people that are owning a Golf or a Tiguan or Passat, they wouldn't even know that their car's turbo.
No.
They wouldn't know.
I
And they
drove
just
one
turn
and
on
I
the
didn't know
whistle.
it was turbo. I drove the whole way going, I cannot tell. I had to lift the bonnet.
Yeah, right. Are we coming to some conclusion about this?
The conclusion is turbo cars are back. They're back to stay. I think that in the old days people were saying, "Oh, turbo's unreliable, and that's going to cost you more for maintenance, and that's going to break, and that's going to leak, and the turbo's going to."
I reckon those days are long gone. My
Ceramic
friend.
wheels are going to
Long
fall off the back
gone.
of your Nissan turbos, and I think that's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Safe. Turbos are back. Welcome. I say welcome our turbocharged overlords.
And let's hear about this, Martin. Let's hear about your favourite turbocharged car, but I know what you're all going to say. You're going to talk about GTRs and Supras and MR2s and stuff. Instead, your favourite turbo car that's been released in the last 2 years. Tell us all about it. Can't wait to hear about it. Let's kick it into Is That Even
Legal?
This week in Is That Even Legal, we explore different legal conundrums from countries all around the world, including our own. And this week, Martin, we're talking about Texas.
Hi, Texas.
Hello. You're not allowed to shoot a buffalo from the second story of a hotel.
Good to know. It's going to be really handy when I go to Texas.
My question to you is, can you shoot it from the third or the first? I'm assuming you can. Isn't that a wild thing though?
Does that rule date back to when people weren't building hotels bigger than 2 stories?
I reckon probably.
Yeah,
I think it's a
you're right.
historical thing that like up there, you kind of, the angle's not right and down there. But here's another good one from Texas people. Did you know that you can go to jail if you eat out of your neighbour's garbage without permission? No dumpster eating. We don't call them dumpsters here, we call them garbage bins.
I've never thought about whose property garbage is.
Well, I reckon it's your property until the garbage takes it.
Mentally, you've thrown that away.
Oh, so you're saying it should just be an all-in?
Well, no, because
Garbage buffet.
People's garbage.
Anyway, there it is. Is that even legal? We'd love to hear about the strange rules and laws in your country. Please send them in. We might read them. Kick it. Weird stuff from Unicorn.
This week from Weird Stuff from Unicorn, although I wouldn't call it weird, I'd call it slightly weird because it involves a weird car. But this is a sticker made by a fan.
Ah,
And it says MCM, Too Sexy and Evo, and he's incorporated into a Mitsubishi logo. There's also quite a lengthy handwritten letter, which I will paraphrase
Martin,
and
this
say...
is good. He's like managed to contain the MCM logo, the Evo logo, the Mitsubishi logo, plus the Too Sexy number plate, all into one concise design.
And it's great because he's essentially confirming that Too Sexy is an Evo via a sticker. And he says, love your content, watch it for years, look forward to new stuff. I make stickers, I make decals, it's pretty cool. I make a thing. And the guy's name is Dallas. It doesn't say where he's from. The letter may have, but I don't have that anymore. But he says, I've made this decal to pay respects to the Too Sexy Evo. Thanks guys, keep up the amazing work. From Dallas. I think your name is Jersey or
Jervy.
Jepsy. I can't really
Thank you
read it.
very much, Dallas. Thanks for sending it in.
Good on you, man.
We will put it on the back of Marty's Evo. That's
We
a
will.
fact.
We will.
Martin, it's time for one of my favourite segments of this show. It's time for My Crap Car. This week in My Crap Car, Martin, we've got one of the crappiest ones we've had yet.
Really?
But this car is operational. We're talking about a Volvo.
Yes.
So let's go kick it to Volvo Town. Everyone keep an eye out for the number plate, because the number plate is just...
There are so many rad Volvos left in the world.
Yeah.
They just survive as those cars.
They are. They're the cockroaches of the car world.
They are.
Check out his number plate. It's awesome. Here it is, My Crap Car.
What's up, Unicorn Circuit? My name is Braden Carlson. I'm a YouTuber from Boise, Idaho in the USA, and this is My Crap Car. This is a 1986 Volvo 740. The paint's pretty crap, no back seat. It does have a passenger seat, but it doesn't have a stereo. It's got a sick push button to start it. Oh yeah, and no exhaust. But it sounds pretty cool. Because it's got a Borg Warner turbocharger off a Chevrolet turbo diesel truck on it. And an aftermarket engine management system stored neatly in the glove box. And it's also got a sweet exhaust leak, but when it doesn't have it, it hits about 16 PSI. There you go. That's my crap car.
So there it is, finishing it off with a mad burnout.
Smoke show.
Now
from
last
your
week we
Volvo.
didn't quite get the burnout, did we? Last week's my crap car.
See, caddies can't do skids unless someone else is going to send in a caddy with this crap car that actually does a skid. But for now, it's the smoke show Volvo, we forever known as.
You can send in a video of your crap car to mycrapcar@theunicorncircuit.com. Make sure you say, hello, the Unicorn Circuit, this is my crap car.
Film it
Make
this
sure
way.
you film it that way, then send it to us. Just put it up on YouTube, unlisted, send us a link. We'll work out the rest. Let's kick it into Fank of the Week.
Fanking is the delightful, incredible, spectacular art of recontextualizing a product by holding it down near your crotch. Extra bonus points for using the thumbing technique where you can alter the title of the product / object. And it's submitted to our Fanking Facebook page, which is facebook.com/FankingDaily.
That's right.
And you can submit your own fanks. Get on board.
Some of them are too rude to share on the show. You'll have to check them out on the wall. But each week we choose a selection to share with you all. Let's just kick it right off with
Bang, 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 bang.
duck balls.
From the natural...
The natural balance.
Do you reckon duck balls are balanced?
I
Do you reckon they're like a little bit...
That's a good point, Martin. Boom.
Whoa, wow.
Next.
That's a lot of fingering.
Okay, wow.
So much
Let's just
fingering.
move that on. Martin, we've got some nut butter.
We see a lot of nut butters.
We do see a lot of nut butter.
We do see a lot of those. They're all everywhere. Okay. Wasn't expecting
Holy
that.
crap, is a breakfast cereal, Martin.
No thumbing required.
There it is. Well done. Good
Okay.
job. Martin, this is a flash bang. Is that a
I think it might be.
is that a
I
explosive?
think it might be.
Wow.
Careful holding that there, brother.
Martin, we've got the butt massage. What is that? What actually is it? Is it like some special massage meat? People have been massaging kale now. You know,
No,
kale tastes like crap.
That's not a thing.
No, it is. Like kale tastes like crap, and it's really hard to eat. They massage it now with a shiatsu deep fingering, and then they put it in your thing.
It's a superfood, isn't it? as
I
well?
remember Marty and I went out for like a drink a few weeks ago, and remember we ordered some it was like a ginger ale with like a bit of mint in it.
Yeah.
And do you remember what they did with the mint? So they got the thing like this,
yeah.
and they're about to put it into our drink, and then the guy gets his hand and goes, and then put it in our glass.
Oh yeah, it was
And we're
to
like-
slap the aromas out of it.
Yeah, and we're like, what's that all about, bro? And he goes, I was just bruising the mint.
Bruising them in.
Does that work? Is that just
I don't know.
stupid? You charge us like $10 for a soft drink. All right, root pump. Boot pump? No, it's a root pump.
What does it do?
I don't know, Martin. It sounds like it does exactly what it says it's going to do. Next up, arse. Strong and malty.
Wow.
Good job.
The tea section.
Good job. Grumpy old man's bits.
Yep.
We've all been there. Here it is. Uncle Joe's balls. They'll
Give you a
keep
glow.
you all aglow. What is that, Martin? That looks like a drink.
I reckon that's a beer.
And that's obviously taken overseas because no one in Australia would be wearing something like that right now because it's actually
hot.
still really hot here. Next up, Martin, we've got...
Seen that a few times
I
before.
don't even want to say that out loud.
Yep.
It looks delicious though, doesn't it?
Yep.
I'd eat it. Next up, Martin, butt candy.
I love seeing how many people, like in that previous bank, have other people standing next to them. Like, what's that
go
person
back.
thinking? Are they looking
Oh,
at
this
them
one, the
going,
Megaload, yeah.
what are you doing?
And if someone asks you, what are you doing, when security comes up and goes, what are you doing? You go, I'm fanking, man. Then you teach them all about it. And then you get a photo of yourself with the security guard.
It's called art and recontextualizing.
Butt candy. He's got a bass clef. Are you a bass player? Or are you just,
Bow, bow.
I don't know.
Slapping a bass.
You got a bass clef on your hand. That's rad. Next up, Martin, we've got Otis Spunkmeyer. I don't know what that is.
Rainbow nut.
Spunkmeyer.
Came from a unicorn.
And of course, here it is. Spank of the week this
Spank
week
of
is
the
going to P-Stick. Well done. Call it for what it is. You can send in your thanks to facebook.com/Fanking Daily. P-Stick, well done. We've never seen that before.
No, that's
We're
good.
starting to see a bit of man pulp, a little bit of nut butter, but P-Stick, that's
Particularly
fantastic.
when those are everywhere and no one's thought to do it yet. That's clever.
And also, again, there's two hands on the product. Who's taking the photo? No one knows. It's the magic of Fanking. Martin, let's just kick it right into my town. This week in my town, where are we headed, Martin?
You stitched me up.
What do you mean?
Because I don't know where we're heading.
Really?
No.
We're going to that special place where we see the special things by that special guy who sent us that thing.
How'd you know it's a guy?
Because actually every single one has
Stitched
been
up.
so far. Can we ask for a female my town?
Yes.
Can we do a request for that?
Yeah.
2% of our audience is female.
Something like that.
That means there's at least 1,000 of you out there somewhere.
4 of you.
A couple. Can we get a female my town? That'd
Yeah.
be awesome. But until then, we're heading to here it is.
Hey there, Unicorn Circuit. I'm Wolfie, and this is my town. And my town is Caernarfon, which is in North Wales. Old North Wales, not New South Wales. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, let me go show you around my town. Caernarfon the name is made up of 3 words, 3 Welsh words, which are Caer, which means fort, which means in, and Arfon, which is the name of this area. So our town literally means fort in Arfon. But this is the fort they're talking about. These are the remains of a Roman fort that was built here. I'm pretty sure it's close to 1,000 years ago now. There you go. 77 BC. So the next stop is Coed Helen Park. Nearly forgot, but everyone calls it over the Aber because, well, it's over the Aber. But yeah, it's basically a park. You got a skate park full of sick graffiti, and then you got a playground over there for kids, and there's a football pitch like way over that way. And yeah, it's a skate park. But what I'm hopefully going to be showing you next is this. And that is Caernarfon Castle. The castle was built by King Edward I to basically try and conquer Wales. He built a few of them down the coastline to try and basically hold back the Welsh, put pressure on them all the way down along the coast. And basically he'd keep all the soldiers and stuff here so that he can try and keep the savage Welsh out. But yeah, here you've got the town walls which go all the way around the town, which aren't actually part of the castle. That's the castle over there. But these town walls go all the way around the main town of Caernarfon. Yeah, here's the castle from this view. Pretty impressive if I say so myself. And if you come down here, you can even see Doctor Who's TARDIS. So the last stop of the day is Red Line, which is here, which is an indoor drift go-karting track, which is honestly my favourite part of Caernarfon. Crazy track, really fun to drive around. I'm Wolfie, this was my town, Caernarfon, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
So there it is. That was great. And you can, of course, send us your videos.
Breaking my town news. I was so busy with my head in this part of my town that I didn't see the current my town.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you hear? Remember
Malta.
We went to Malta.
To see the
And
window.
that legend to show us the window, and then we got an email the other day, and it was all over the news as well, that said the window fell down.
Yeah, a
And I
couple of
didn't
weeks
even-
ago,
I didn't
we
even
featured it
recognise
on the show. One of the guys who was in Malta featured this special kind of thing of rock that goes out with a hole in it. We put it on the show, and within days,
Yeah.
it was gone.
It was gone. And
which is why we should feature Bieber on the show.
Tourists
I'm just kidding. He's a good singer, man.
Tourists were already like walking over it. They'd banned tourists off it, as he was saying in my town, but people were walking on it being dodgy, and now it's a bit unsure of like whitewashed away. But I think it's just erosion. It's just like, see, I got knocked over, it's gone. And the before and after photos, I don't even recognise it. Like, it looks totally different without that mad window. Sorry, window. It kind of sucks when that stuff
And sorry, Malta, because things like that have a bigger like economic effect as well. People go to see it, then they buy an ice cream, local person gets to sell an ice cream. Martin, let's kick it into story time. This week in Storytime, I have a funny story from the 90s about a guy that I knew who had an MR2, and he was down in a Bunnings car park doing burnouts, and somebody then rang the police and they complained, and the police came down and he parked his car and they're like, were you doing burnouts? And he was like, no, it wasn't me. And they went up, put their hand on the hood and go, nah, he wasn't, and they left.
Nah.
Boom.
Really?
There it is. And if you understand how an MR2 works, you'll understand that. If you don't, someone in the comments will tell you. He got away with it. Dodgy as. Here it is, random eat bag, bang!
No, we got my story time still.
Oh, are we doing more story time?
Yep.
So the graphics I've just played again because I just stole the story time to tell my mad MR2 story, but my man here's got another story. Hello, man.
I take pride in sleeping very, very well. I had a nightmare and I thought it was worth sharing because it's so weird. Because I never. Did you?
Now we're doing 3 story times.
Okay, we're doing 3 story times. My nightmare was this, and I remember it so
last
vividly.
night? Is it real? Like, has this actually happened?
That was a nightmare. Yeah. This is a real story. This is legit. It's been freaking me out. So anyway, I was like, just in my nightmare, I was just walking on the beach, just having a nice time, and it was all sunshine. This is cool, life's good. And then this I don't know if this is the correct word to use, but like a little pygmy-looking person, like
a pixie, an elf.
A pixie, a little elf-looking dude came up to me, and he looked at me, and he went, and he threw a rotten carrot at me. A rotten carrot, and I can't get the picture of that carrot out of my head. And then I woke up. I floored. I got threw it. Why did he throw a carrot? Like, threw it at my face. And he was a little freaky looking dude and he threw a carrot. Anyway, it's out of my system now. I feel like I've shared it and it's story time. What's your story time?
I'm not telling my dream. I can't top that. Let's move it to random eat bag.
Random eat bag is where we eat random things from a bag. It's all in the title. But my favourite random eat bag, by the way, is when we find delicacies from other parts of the world. If the delicacy has another name on it. Oh yeah, it's good.
We don't have to eat bugs.
Not bugs. But it's all funny looking. This is a maxi pack of Haribo. Now I've seen this all over.
Haribo? I thought it was Haribo.
Haribo. I've seen this all over the world, but I'm pretty sure this came from Germany as well.
Yep.
In a mad little like care package thing that we got. And
look how weird their lollies are compared to ours.
That's why
I want to try that raspberry looking thing there.
I want to try all of them.
Amazing.
It's like,
oh, they're weird. Like,
though.
look at that. We call these bullets in Australia. Do you have a little bit of licorice with chocolate on them? We call them bullets. What are they called in your country? Anyway, that's
what's the red chocolate on it anyway?
Oh, it's not red. It's candy.
Seriously?
Wow. That's really good.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Thank you, whoever sent that in. That's absolutely delicious. Martin, that's another episode of the Unicorn Circuit. We must be up to like number 27 or 28 or something.
We must be.
I reckon for number 30, we do something really special.
Okay.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
An epic number 30.
Yeah, really, really special. Like we might swap sides.
Yeah. Amazing. No, something actually good. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, you can follow the Unicorn Circuit on Facebook even.
Do you reckon
There's a Facebook page.
Do you reckon these guys would watch this show if we did it live?
Well, live would be cool because they could send us comments and we could like actually interact in real life live.
I reckon
Should we try it?
I want to give it a crack.
Maybe number 30 should be live.
Maybe it should be live. Do you want to see a live Unicorn Circuit? Which means if we like say something dumb, it's out there forever.
Sorry, just having a moment. Yeah, let's do that. Amazing. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Drive safe. New episode on the main Mighty Carmel channel, the other show we make, in the coming days. Watch out for The Coming Goat on your page. It'll be up there on Facebook. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Unicorn Circuit.
Coming goat?
No, as in the goat will coming on the goat will come.
Oh my god.
No, the goat will come up on their page. I mean,
Oh my god.
like the goat will appear on their newsfeed.